Param Pujya Gondavalakar, Maharaj's teachings pierce through the noise of worldly distractions and point us unwaveringly toward true, undisturbed bliss. The bliss that comes not from fleeting pleasures, but from complete inner surrender to God. In today's pravachan, Maharaj reminds us that true happiness is not the absence of pain, but the absence of ego and desire. Maharaj compassionately points out that while we often complain of worldly suffering, we are unwilling to give up our attachments and expectations. Peace eludes us not because of circumstances, but because of the mind's unrest. He urges us to root ourselves in Namasmarana, detach from doership, and live cheerfully in complete trust of God's will. This message is beautifully embodied in the life of Sant Hariram Vyas, a renowned bhakta of Radha Krishna from the Bhakti movement, who abandoned prestige, overcame public ridicule, and found unshakable bliss in divine love. His life is a living proof of Maharaj's message. True bliss is not in the world, it is within. Before this multifarious creation came into being, there existed a single entity, with nothing to disturb its peace and bliss. We, as part of the creation, naturally hanker to recapture that peace and bliss. But we also delight in doing something. We find inaction intolerable. Now and then, we feel beset with the travails, reverses, and disappointments of worldly life, and feel like retiring into solitude and peace. But these are only temporary fits. Blessed indeed is the person who disentangles himself from the multifarious vexations and upsets of worldly life, and achieves unruffled peace of mind. The rest of us fail because we are reluctant to do what is required. We must cultivate a frame of mind which refuses to be upset at reverses. In other words, a mind devoid of desire of any kind. The thought that I do or do not desire should become foreign to our mind. So long as we entertain desire of any kind, we may be sure we are far from mental peace and bliss. Ambition one may entertain, but without staking mental peace. We should accept the outcome cheerfully, gracefully, as the verdict of God, acting without pride of self and doership, for only that attitude can give peace to our mind. Ruminating on past deeds and happenings, whether pleasing or otherwise, and worrying about the future, both disturb peace of mind. This is evidently unnecessary if we once and for all accept everything as happening by divine will. To grieve and not to grieve both depend on the reaction of the mind. If the mind is properly trained, it can be peaceful, unmoved, even when the body is undergoing pain. In old age in particular, a cheerful heart is beneficial even more than drugs for maintaining health. One who loves Nama can be in peace and happy in any condition of the body, and one who enjoys this happiness can rest assured that Rama has taken him under his grace. There can be only one thing that we can truly bestow on the Lord, and that is ourself. To chant Nama incessantly and be utterly unaware of one's self and physical existence is true dedication to Him. The prapancha that I can truly call mine is one that brings me true happiness. If my happiness rests on others, it is only an illusion, for my agony and pain they cannot take over. Remembering Nama alone stands me in good stead. Sant Hariram Vyasji, a saint from the 16th century in Vrindavan, was once a high-ranking scholar and poet in the royal court of Orkha. Born into privilege and deep Sanskrit learning, he was revered as a great pandit. But despite the outer success, his heart was, restless. He longed for something deeper, the unshakable bliss of divine love. When he encountered the Bhakti movement in Vrindavan, something awakened in him. He surrendered everything, his royal post, comforts, reputation, and became a humble devotee of Radha Krishna. He faced harsh mockery. How could a Brahmin scholar bow before a cobbler devotee or dance like a madman? But none of it touched his heart. He used to sing, Jo Hari ke bhajan main mast hai, vahin Vyas hai, the one intoxicated in Hari's name. He alone is Vyas. He eventually stopped identifying with his intellect or even his own name. Immersed in Krishna's Nama, he laughed, wept, and danced in divine ecstasy. Even when he aged ill and feeble, he radiated peace. Like Maharaj said, he had given his self to God, and in return received eternal bliss. Gondavalakar Maharaj's teaching is not a rejection of life, but really a redirection of life. From suffering in prapancha to peace through inner surrender. He doesn't say to escape duties, but to do them without ego, without clinging, with full trust in Rama's will. The mind that is anchored in Nama knows no grief. It flows in divine contentment, like a river into the ocean of bliss. This is not philosophy, it is practice. And the practice begins with one simple, unfailing step. Chant Nama, surrender the I, let God take over. As Hariram Vyasji lived, from the noise of the world to the stillness of divine love, so too we are called by Maharaj. Say to Rama, whatever you give is welcome to me, and bliss shall be yours forever.